Hello everyone, this is CW here, back again with another video, and today we're just minutes away to watch the live reaction of SpringTrap versus Junko. I'm trying to do live recording again, or like live stream again, see how that goes, but hopefully it goes well. I will turn off top chat. I'm curious about this. I do not know how this is going to go down. I'm very interested. Originally, when I was first introduced to FNAF, and Junko was actually, well, when FNAF it first debuted with Markiplier and all. And then eventually later on, I was introduced to Danganronpa and decided to play the games. I really did enjoy them over time. So, and while I even did a prediction ball, I'll probably put a leak in of like the Joker for Junko, but over time, while I did not like this matchup, it really grew on me because at the end of the day, the matchup idea was very, very good. The rise of like independent villain mascots of like modern video games and like the connection of like using bear mascots and like killing the victims and all, like it's very good. And the supernatural versus like science part of it, it's very good. And this one actually has my interest from Realm of God, who does their own version of Death Battle. So without further ado, let's just get into it. I will pause in certain sections. So let's just get into it. It is a little bit slow, but it should be fine. Hoping that the audio works the video works this time. I did lower it down to 50, so hopefully it will work. So, giving you a warning.
The suffering of society.
Yep.
It brings about plenty of emotions, fascinating and empowering those who reach for its
Chucky.
call.
Whether it
Like
be
the reference
agony or
of
dismay,
Dead by Daylight.
humanity will take the fall
Yep.
when it comes to these supernatural serial killers.
William Afton, the purple man behind the
Straight
slug,
in.
brought to you by Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Yep.
Junko Enoshima, headmaster and ultimate despair of Hope's Peak Academy.
Very
For
good.
this match, we will be taking most sources for Afton,
Yep,
using
the
media such
games.
as the books and the movie as secondary material.
Yes,
with a prime
I figured
focus
that.
on the games. While Junko will be getting all mainline Danganronpa games, as well as the anime as primary material,
Yes.
with the manga serving as secondary material when applicable. I'm Aqua,
God
the
damn.
mouse with
Sorry about that. Don't know why my phone was here. But so far the introduction was pretty good.
the vision.
And I'm Ecto, the ghost with the free time.
You all voted, and it's up to us to decide a
Really?
victor in the realm of gods.
What's cool about this is that the animator who made this actually did some
It's the 1980s.
pixel
Kids around
animations.
the
It's
world
actually pretty
have fallen in love
good.
with
One
the
of them
newest
was
sensation,
Junko for
Freddy
SpringTrap, which was
Fazbear
pretty
and Friends.
done.
This animatronic
So, yeah.
quartet had numerous
I'm curious of
adventures,
how
and even their
this
own
is
pizza
gonna go down.
establishment to bring joy to children across the globe.
A place where family and fun come to life. Nothing could ever possibly go wrong.
Yep. Good
Oops.
edit.
Despite what the corporate suits at Fazbear Entertainment want you to believe, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was a place of tragedy.
CEO and businessman William Afton was just a
Ooh,
normal family man
yeah.
to the naked eye, raising a family consisting of his lovely daughter Elizabeth
Shaggy.
and 2 sons, creating Fazbear Entertainment alongside.
Alright, this is actually a good start so far. Willie Upton, 70s, 80s. Yep, murderer, symmetry, dislike Michael, Henry, children. Man, that's good. List of crimes, number of victims, 12. That's actually kind of good. I like
best friend,
the
Henry Emily.
style of
But
Death
nothing
Battle
is quite as it seems.
in their own way.
As Afton was more than a mere man, he was a monster.
Afton was always infatuated with the concept of
I
agony,
did buy
a
the
substance tied to a
FNAF
negative emotion
crossover
that
with
bonds
Dead
the
by
spirits
Daylight.
of angered individuals to objects, making them haunted and possessed.
Yep.
With Afton wanting to test his substance by luring attendees of Fazbear's into the back room with a yellow bunny suit, then brutally killing and stuffing their remains into animatronic suits that he himself built. One of these very victims being none other than Henry's daughter, Charlotte.
These murders were eventually discovered, leading to Fazbear's complete shutdown. The public moved on from the tragedy, but his victims did not, possessing the very same animatronics he stuffed them into, roaming and terrorizing the night
Like
guards
how they
that
show
came
the
to watch over
trailers
the
of, like,
location. With these
Scots
loose ends,
when they first
Afton
debuted.
decided to destroy these animatronics once and for all. Unfortunately for him, these angered souls confronted him in
Yeah.
the very same establishment he killed them in all those years ago.
To fight back, Afton adorned the very same suit he killed them in, only for the sweat and rain sinking through the ceiling to hit the cold metallic contraption, triggering the locks within the suit.
Afton was spring-locked.
Yeah. Man, still one of the best. 3 may be
Trapped in a
underrated,
suit with
but
his lungs
still one
punctured
of the
and no
best.
way out, Afton died. Yet this wasn't the end, as a remnant of his agony permanently
The
bonded
visual
Afton
effects
to
are
his
actually
corpse,
pretty good.
turning him into a mechanical beast, a spring trap to bear torment upon a new set of victims.
Afton's mechanical figure makes it
It's often misconvinced that Acton survived this breed run. Not true. Acton possessing his corpse within. Okay, yes. So
very
it's
physically
talking about
imposing.
Remnant,
He
which
could
they
choke
were.
humans out with
What?
his bare hand, send Mike flying backwards into the air, and should be comparable to Fredbear, whose bite can crush the human skull.
Yes.
Judging that the child looks around 7 or 8 years old,
In
we can
the
judge their
movie,
height and medians and then
decapitated
judge the
like a
bite
body in
distance,
half.
getting us to about 244 joules.
Converting the joules to tons of TNT, this would get out around... Oh.
Afton's one tough son of a bitch,
Yeah.
too, with him once being tased and just shrugging it off. And this was before he was dead, too, so that's especially impressive. His suits are even capable of taking gunshots,
Yeah.
but not cupcake bites.
Afton is also notorious
Yeah.
for his infamous motto, I always come back. Cause he means it. Even when his remains are completely
Jump scare.
destroyed, Afton has shown the ability to possess other objects, with him once possessing the Stitch Wraith, an entity composed of 2 other souls, not just Afton.
Though
Yeah,
Afton
so we're
can
getting
also
into the
pull
books.
pieces apart and combine them into a single entity, becoming the Agony, an entity composed of different infected objects with Afton possessing it. Though Afton's possession isn't perfect, spirits can be exorcised as seen when the dead children were given their
Yes.
happiest day.
If physical violence isn't his forte,
Yep. So we are getting. So it is getting Dead by Daylight arsenal because of the fire axe and all. But yeah, this is actually pretty good.
he can always resort to the goated stabby technique, with Afton often being seen carrying around a kitchen knife he likely kept from the pizzeria. Though Dead by Daylight steps this up a slight bit, giving Afton a fire
I'm
axe he
liking
can
this.
toss around.
Though with a supernatural series like this, it's obvious that
This
Afton
was
is
really
more
fun.
than just a physically intimidating guy. His entire entity is supernatural, with its now ghostly image coming with the ability to make technology and people around him go haywire, with just his
Yes.
sheer presence breaking down those within his vicinity, as seen with the Phantom animatronics, entities that resemble the OG Freddy crew,
Yeah.
though they're entirely
And then it
ghosts that
keeps getting
the
jump
Night
scared.
Guard. Their jump scares can even cause Fazbear Fright's tech to go haywire,
Yes.
and the Night Guard having to reset the system.
This mindfuckery is likely enhanced by illusion discs, a
Yes.
technology invented by Afton to mess with perception. These discs induce nausea, turn things invisible to the naked eye, and it makes people hallucinate to the point where things that are not real
Yeah.
feel real.
That's one that's actually kind of
Afton's
good.
a very smart dude to be able to create something like that. This is also seen in his ability to manipulate his own victims to his whims, with him convincing the original 4
Yes, he's
animatronics
fairly
that he was a
intelligent.
friend who wanted to help them. Not only this,
As
but
he
also
was the
invented
creator of the
Funtime
animatronics.
which are designed to perfectly kill children as quickly and violently as possible, as seen in Fazbear Fright's story number 3, where Funtime
Yes.
Freddy painfully describes being able to freeze, burn, starve, and decapitate children. Thanks, Afton. Real great guy we've got over here.
Yeah.
A web of pain and misery follows him.
Alright. Yep, Choke Charlie can break down large doors, knock out Mike. Grip. So not very good.
No matter where
Uh,
he goes.
like,
when he was found in
comment.
the original location,
You'll see
set
why
free in
with
Fazbear
Junko.
Frights, the place was lit on fire in an attempt to kill him, though he survived, then found himself at a new establishment, sneaking in and finding a new night guard to torment. But to his
Surprised they're
annoyance,
not
this
talking
was
about
no
Remnant.
simple pizzeria.
Because
It was a
Remnant
trap
is like a big
designed to
one.
eliminate all of Afton's loose ends, and himself.
Henry, the life
Yeah.
of Afton unceremoniously ruined all those years ago, alongside Michael, the son who had to pay for his father's mistakes, had come back to end him.
The building was locked down and burnt asunder.
Yes,
Despite
this is
Afton's
probably going
attempts
to be a
escape,
big factor.
the deepest pit of hell opened to swallow him whole, finally terminating the web of lies, suffering, and agony Afton had kept going for decades.
Even in death, Afton evolved beyond just a simple family man. He became a monster, a man who kills simply for the pleasure and nothing else. His instrument of agony spreading his symphony even decades later.
The legacy of William
Yes,
Afton
referencing.
will forever be a sinister one.
So, that was my tablet. But so, that is very interesting. Very short and simple and really focused. didn't focus a lot on his ability, especially Remnant, which is kind of surprising. Well, it kind of did, but didn't go in, it did full details, but I'm
A
curious.
shining example of leading the best and brightest of students into their future. Full of the ultimates.
The
Students
first one
with
is
special talents,
still, I
like
think, is the
ultimate
best.
detective and even the ultimate fashionista.
Yep.
Nothing could ever possibly go wrong.
Yep.
The world as we know it is over, plunged into the depths of despair, and only one face can be attributed to this shocking display of torment.
Yep.
Junko Enoshima.
Born as the younger sister to the
I may hate the anime versions of it. I really don't. Lots of climbs, enough. Dislikes boredom, yes. Likes despair, despair, despair. Yeah, it's really simple, but I like her. She's basically the high school Joker from DC Comics, but she's just done so well, especially in the games.
soldier Mukuro Ikasaba, Junko possessed the talent titled the Ultimate Analyst.
Yes, we're getting
With her
into the
being
books.
extremely intelligent, she describes being able to analyze someone's thoughts.
Yes, Danganronpa Zero, for those who don't know, is like a prequel from the novel. It basically, in a plot twist, basically tells Junko about her main ability, Analyst.
Actions
yes.
and movements quickly. Hell, some characters describe her talent as basically precognition. But with
Yes.
a power so useful, came the catch that life for Junko was boring.
With nothing to surprise her, the world became nothing but a nihilistic nightmare, except for one feeling, an insurmountable emotion that
Smiling
only
friends.
the deepest of dark
Kind
could
of
emit.
ironic that series
Despair.
ended.
An unpredictable force of nature, despair engraved through Junko's mind. It's all she could ever want
Yep,
out of the
chaos
world.
and destruction.
And with her super intelligence, she was capable of making that a reality, as she was invited to Hope's Peak to be one of their shining students. This was a mistake.
Yeah. Still kind of funny that, DJ Champ of, Black Air Force actually considered, Junko the most evil character in, in fiction or, anime than, Griffith or, what's that? Flamingo from One Piece. But
Junko blackmailed
totally
and
makes
extorted
sense.
all of Hope's Peak,
I agree,
using
too.
their involvement in the Izuru Kamakura project to incite a large backlash against the Academy, amassing a cult following with her now becoming the ultimate despair.
Yes.
Followed in tow by her remnants of despair, these being students of Class 77B, which were brainwashed using a set of audio cues and a video, with them now under Junko's control to use their abilities for destruction. Alongside that came, of course, Junko's most useful asset,
Monokuma.
the teddy bear of despair, Monokuma.
The
Monokuma
mascot.
is a deadly force, with his
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, I'm gonna say, definitely, they're going all out with Monokuma, with the models. I'll say my,
base
thoughts
model
at
having
the,
several different
before the
copies
fight.
lying around in the world
my
thanks to the
prediction.
many factories lying around. Though the main one we're familiar with in the games is for Junko's killing game,
Mhm.
serving as the headmaster and the executioner, being able to pummel Leon to death with baseballs, electrify Mondo enough to melt him into butter,
Yep.
and in later entries, Monokuma could deep fry Teruteru in a volcano, burn
Yes.
Korekio alive in a melting pot, and then melt his soul, and even toss you into space. Junko and Monokuma know about 20,264 different ways to subject someone to despair, so they're stacked in ways to kill you.
Yeah.
This also comes in handy when it comes to the various other Monokuma units. Siren Monokumas, Beast
Yeah.
Monokumas, fucking Ball Monokumas. Clean up an aisle, my underwear!
Monokuma units aren't just known
Ooh, waiting. Okay, we send steel like tofu, Keija melts into butter for Monokumas. Yes, one despair cloud, so they are mentioning that. Took hits from Shigaraki Oma, can rid cause with Eve, suplexed
for their
Moni
ability
once,
to kill
and Big
you. They're
Bang
also very
causing
strong.
explosions.
The Headmaster unit can match and surpass
Yep.
the likes of the ultimate martial artist Sakura Ogami. And this silly guy, Nekomaru, who literally shit so hard he could blow up his bathroom.
Yes.
95 tons of TNT, by the way.
What?
Plus, one Monokuma unit known as the Big Bang Monokuma can split
Yes,
clouds coming
yes.
to about 174 kilotons of TNT.
Yeah, so apparently that can get into the megatons or teratons, since again, that is clouds.
And no, this isn't only exclusive to that Monokuma, as characters like Genocide Jack could directly match it.
Thank you. thank you. Because in the final boss, literally this high school goal, you literally parry those like those attacks, like trying to smash you like a bug for Big Bang as the main boss, and with just her scissors can parry them.
Speaking of Genocide Jack, her totally not girlfriend,
Yep.
Komaru, was capable of dodging a hacking gun point
Yes,
blank.
okay.
This hacking
Thank
gun
you.
is directly
They were
described
actually
as
going all
firing
out.
an electromagnetic wave, which travels at light speed, and a Monokuma unit could directly deflect it, giving Monokuma relativistic reactions.
Yes.
And this isn't surprising, as Monokuma units can fly into space at super quick speeds.
In 4
Using her
seconds.
powerful mechanisms and
Went
her
into
ultimate
space in 4
talents,
seconds.
Junko wanted to bring about despair to the other class at Hope's Peak, setting up a killing game with Monokuma watching over everything. Using Mukuro as a decoy posing as herself, which she then promptly killed with a bunch of spikes. Thanks.
Watching as the brightest of students turn to the darkest of despair, killing one another for freedom, it excited her more than anything in the world. Watching
That was
friends
a good
become
plot
enemies
twist
in
for the
real
first
time,
one.
until it finally reached a smaller group of 6, where they all vowed to not kill each other, much to Junko's chagrin. So she faked a whole case to end up killing another person, with Makoto Naegi taking the fall.
Yep.
Though Makoto is the ultimate lucky student, so he survived his execution and alongside Kyoko, the ultimate detective, figured out the whole gosh darn thing, revealing Junko as the true mastermind of the killing game.
With her cornered and on the edge of despair, Junko felt the most glee of her entire life, forcing herself to endure every execution she
Yep.
committed in that killing game. And she survived all of them, except for the very last one, being crushed to death.
But that wasn't the end of Junko. Far from it.
Yes.
With her AI self working to control Monokuma units around
Getting
the
into
world,
2.
and Makoto and the gang working to bring back hope to
I'm really excited about the video game for for the Denko to celebrate like the 15th anniversary. I even got the Junko statue to celebrate it. It's supposed to come out next year, I think, or later this year. But like the game version, I'm really excited. 2x2. So I'm curious of how that's gonna go down. But very good analysis on
counteract the
Junko Talk.
despair Junko had unraveled, freeing the remnants of despair from their brainwashing and saving the world.
In spite of failing in the end, Junko truly succeeded, bringing the world around her to despair and ultimately dying to it. And if that doesn't speak to the character of Junko Enoshima, what else does?
Yeah. So it's pretty obvious that I obviously went with Junko because, especially with me analyzing her with like the Joker and all, and how very accurate. I basically compared her with James Moriarty with like the powers of the Shining Gun from Naruto because that's how very effective like Junko is as a character and like can basically keep up with other students with like the mini games and all. And the problem, and I especially for this, I definitely see it one-sided with Junko. The problem is similar to similar to like Dog Vader versus Obito and like others, is like the Haxes and Madara versus Aizen. Like the abilities that Athen has with Remnant is very, very supernatural and keeping him like up in the fight and could have ways to like get Junko, especially with the illusionary and like ships and all, and like causing madness. The only problem is that Junko's like the power gap in her abilities and having importantly the counters, because again fire is being an important cancellation to a weakness for Remnant because it literally killed him in the official games and sent him to hell, which again Junko has the counters for. And even though he could possess Junko or like and the Monokumas and all, Junko also has counters to those, as like she has so many Monokumas, including the Kaiju Monokumas, not just Big Bang, that Athen probably has no limit of if he could even possess something as a Kaiju level Monokuma. And most importantly, Junko doesn't even need to be there because she has so many Monokuma, she can like stay away from Athen and just do it for her. And even if Athen does have the Monokumas, she has bomb. They have bombs inside themselves, which can self-destruct, which is enough to burn a body, like they mentioned in like her framing. But overall, I'm still going with Junko, and I'm excited for the animation, how the result. But the power, even though the Halfling does have abilities of Remnant, definitely gives him the endurance and like always coming back with the soul powers. Junko it's just more powerful and has the counters with her analysts and robot bear army that's superior. So let's see how this go down.
This episode of Realm of God,
Alright,
random match.
I'll just skip it.
It's like where we.
But it's good for them if you want to go.
Will Afton spring
go.
a victory against the ultimate despair,
Alright.
or will Junko crush this last
I'm really
remnant of agony?
hoping this
You all voted
video
for it, and
gets
it's
go.
finally here. Let's find out
rap
in
battle.
the fight.
Yeah. But it should go with Junko. But I'm really excited for the animator and like the voice acting. It was pretty good. Yep. There's the kaijus. Yep.
Get him!
This is actually a good start.
Look at this place! So dusty, so crusty, so last decade. I mean, killer robots and a pizza joint? How original. Time to tear down this scrapyard circus and replace it with something truly despair-inducing.
Oh, really good. Oh, that's some good animation.
What the hell are you supposed to be?
Your worst agony.
Oh, they're going all out with like the mascots with the animatronics. I forgot about that element, but this is pretty good. Shout out to the animators, they actually did pretty good.
Oh, the despair.
Oh, she took out the chip. Did they take over? Yep. Ooh, okay, that's actually a cool design. I'm hoping when Death Battle does this, it's like this. But this is really cool.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Dang. Is it already over? This is like I said, I'm really enjoying this. Is it already over? Nah, it's can't be over.
I always come back.
That's even better. I'll make you into my own personal weapon of despair.
Wow. Fairly shorter. I wish it was longer, but like I said, completely one-sided, but very good episode. I really like this. It's similar to like Cell vs. Metal Summon as I predicted, where it does look like that Cell, especially SpringTrap, should easily feat a high school goal. However, when you when you analyze all the way with their powers and abilities, the gap and counters become a major not counter, like a major change to like the other side. And Junko, I'm serious about the outcome, but this was really
Holy
good.
Shit, did we just let a mass murderer use another mass murderer as a puppet for more mass murder?
Oh, it also doesn't fail to think is that like SpringTrap Afton was really fighting has to fight 3 versions of Junko Enoshima, as like Monokuma and AI Junko are literally copies of Junko herself, with her mind and ultimate analyst powers too, ultimate skills. So yeah.
Don't think about it too much.
So, this fight was complicated to say the least.
Yep.
Both of these characters have a wide army of robots by their side, and can match each other blow for blow in intelligence.
Yep.
While at first glance you would think Afton is superior at robotics and hacking, and being
No.
a major benefactor in the creation of
I do think it's tied, because like Junko is very smart too.
built the Monokuma units on her own, and her AI could take over the island in Danganronpa 2.
Oh yeah, and the thing, she made AI Junko a couple of days before she died in the first one. So yeah.
Which was specifically designed to rehabilitate her group of ultimate despairs.
Junko is the ultimate analyst, which
Yep.
allowed her to find weaknesses in Afton way faster than the other way around, with her being able to come up with 20,264 ways to subject someone to despair, and predict events before they even happen. Though Afton is capable of understanding and manipulating Remnant and Agni to his whim. With how varied both sides are, let's call this a draw just to be safe.
Yes.
But the same can't be said for
Yes,
physical
stats.
stats.
The power
While
gap
Afton
is
one
different.
durable son of a bitch, Junko was hitting much, much harder, with the Big Bang Monokuma feat being thousands of times stronger than Afton being able to crush a skull. Sure, you could argue Afton's
Even like the pooping feat, like it's still much more
scaling to some of the
stronger.
other animatronics in the books, like the twisted animatronics who could smash through walls and endure being ignited in a pool of gasoline.
Yep.
But none of these even remotely come close to the Big Bang Monokuma feat.
Plus, she was definitely faster. Monokuma
Yeah.
units are capable of dodging the hacking gun, which are relativistic speeds, while Afton is barely capable.
Yeah, and there are statements of moving the speed of a race car and the Mimic moving in a nanosecond. It's not good enough. I'll give it for like this race car speed since it is part of the game and him being drunk, but like again, like they don't show enough evidence for like the speed that Junko has shown in
Both walking
Danganronpa.
down a hallway in an
Still
hour.
being faster.
Even with higher end speed arguments, like moving through the vents at Mach 2 speeds,
Yes.
Junko is thousands of times faster. No matter what way you cut it, Junko takes stats.
Where this really became a headache was counters.
Yes.
Afton is notorious for always coming back upon death.
Counters is the
Even
big
if
one.
Junko completely decimated him into nothing, he would come back as a soul, one that could very easily possess Junko or her Monokuma units.
However,
Yep, however, and note he does not have pregnancy hat. That ability was done by a fictional game version of, yes, in the book, with no blood
this
ties.
isn't a very reliable way of winning, at least in comparison to Junko's.
Yes.
Afton possessing Monokuma units isn't reliable, as they can self-destruct, and there's too many of them for Afton to reliably keep possessing.
Yes, the
Even
army
Junko
is a
could
big
very
counter.
easily exercise Afton's soul, as a Monokuma unit does exactly that against correct.
While it is controversial since Thief 3 is considered canon, the fact that Monokuma the bot is able to do this is due. And besides, even if she doesn't have it, like she can, her like despair abilities and like fire will be enough to like send him to hell and all. So
Correcchio.
it should be
Now,
fine.
you could argue this wouldn't count, as V3 is a completely different
Yes.
mastermind and
Thank you.
arguably different continuity, but that mastermind, otherwise known as the Ultimate Cosplayer, was directly impersonating Junko and Monokuma, replicating
Yes.
what they could realistically do in their killing games, meaning it's likely the original Junko could probably replicate.
You know what? That's actually a good point. Even if she even if it's not, and like I said, they're not canon and all. That's actually a good factor that the cosplayer and all, the main bad, was able to analyze them to in complete personality and all. So, and again, Junko Ultimate and people underestimate her like ultimate ability, which again, she can like go down to the eye in detail and all, just see it once and then that's it. And that's just a big counter for her, and most likely can learn on the fly how to
Thing.
counter
There's not
Remnant.
much suggesting otherwise rather than headcanon. If we're going to give Afton almost
Yes.
every continuity outside of the games,
Same would be for
this should be
Junko.
fair.
If we ignore this example, Komaru gets possessed in Ultra Despair Girls,
Oh,
and
really?
Toko was capable of exercising that spirit with her analyst.
You know what? I did not know that, but that's actually a good counter
There's
argument.
nothing to say that Junko can't replicate this.
And even if we ignore that example as well, possessing Junko or Monokuma wouldn't really change anything.
Yes.
As Monokuma units can still act even upon Junko's death.
Yes.
At most, this would be a stalemate with neither party.
And in the if null mode, she can like put them in auto mode, and also counter her sister and all. I think they should have at least went with the if novel as well to go in, because it goes in detail about Monokuma and Junko's relationship with her sister. But again, it's still the same results.
Party truly being able to permanently dispose of the other.
Yes.
Until Afton ends up possessing a Monokuma unit that gets sent flying into space.
Yes.
Permanently leaving SpringTrap out of any options to get back to Earth.
And remember, yes, it is confirmed in the third one when four of them was went to space in seconds. And again, they actually had good counters. No matter what, Junko was more powerful, had the army, the ultimate analyst, and most importantly, the counters to take down Remnant and kill many ways to give despair to Afton for good. This was a good
Expected
fight.
outcome for sure, but at the end of the day, Afton was too overwhelmed.
Yep.
Thanks to Junko's better counters, impenetrable offense, and speed.
Afton's turned purple. How agonizing! I guess you could say he met his ultimate despair.
Yep.
The winner is Junko Enoshima.
Man, she's just a great character. Oh.
Kazuya Mishima. Your corporation has assets that are more valuable to me.
Oh, Joker for
They will
this.
be mine to take. 7 minutes is all I will need.
Oh, Wesker versus Kashia? Oh, okay, this is... You know what? I'm actually going to watch this one. Especially with Resident Evil and all. I love Wesker. But, Gangsta's Parasite. Okay, so to Aqua and Delight Animation, this was actually a very great episode. You guys did a great job with the animation and all. I hope that the video and all is good as I'm trying to learn, but as long as the audio is there, you all can watch the original. I'll put a link to it. But this episode was very good. Maybe I'll definitely do another episode for Kazuya vs. Wesker. It should be also sadly a Kazuya stomp, but I'm still down for see the outcome, as the animation and all was really good. I liked the voice acting, the graphic designs on the backgrounds of the characters, motion graphics was very well done. It felt like a Death Battle episode. I do think there are improvements, you got the announcers improving their vocals and all, make it a little bit louder and all. But besides just some nitpicks, and the SpringTrap and Junko, the actors and all, they still did a decent job. Not the best, but they were fair. They matched the characters so well. And overall, I would give it an 8 out of 10. This was a really great. I would say it's Realm of God's best episode so far. I will admit I have not seen the others, but if you guys want to see others, depending if I get 200 or 300 views overall, I'll definitely do another episode. How about that? I'll definitely come back for Kazuya for the Wesker. That one's an exciting one. I wonder how that one's do. But either way, this is all for the episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I do. And this was really good. Makes me more excited for if Junko for SpringTrap happens. I definitely hope it's a Halloween episode, as that would make the most sense and all. And hopefully we get it this year, with the 50th anniversary of Danganronpa, as well as SpringTrap and all being there. The game is sort of complicated and all, but it should be downright and simple. And ideally should have the same results overall when you compare it. But even if Junko does lose and all, I still am satisfied with this episode, as like again the animation was very well good. The using Brendan Yates' traps of despair was pretty good, and like I said, like both of them, I do kind of wish that like Junko and SpringTrap did have more interaction. I was curious to see how both of them would counter each other, especially how Junko would be how would react to the high school girl being better than him. And maybe a reference to like the dude who did him being actually scared of Junko, as especially a reference to like Dead by Daylight, the dude who did the Dead by Daylight Sadako is not a minor and explains the lore of the ring. Like he did one with Dengarappa and all, and terrified Junko. I consider that canon. But without further ado, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode overall, and for next time, just wait until Cell vs. Metal Sonic. I'm gonna try to like do all reactions to Death Battle and all this year, especially the predictions, since like Cell vs. Metal Sonic prediction went very well, and see how that goes. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoy. Stay awesome and enjoy your February.